Hi, and welcome to PD6's channel. It's going to be a review of Spike's AR-15s. I've owned several of them over the past few years, and this one I'm finally taking the opportunity to do a video on. And this time I will actually have my firearm talking points by popular demand after I couldn't remember the word durability. God, that drove me nuts in the Glock 19 review. I'm sure that was lovely to watch, me standing there going, what the hell is that word, for 15 minutes. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was pretty bad. I'm going to start off with philosophy. And I apologize in advance for any dog noises in the background. Like that you just heard was sloshing water from getting a drink. He is stuck with me down here in the man cave for a while, so we're just going to deal with it. Yes, I'm talking about you. Sorry. Anyway, let's start with philosophy. AR-15s are basically a good old-fashioned fighting rifle. First and foremost, go-to-war rifle, tactical carbine, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it does. High volume of fire, lightweight package, shooting full-power rifle cartridges. It can also be a fun gun, for sure. I mean, honestly, you don't own something like this because it's boring. Okay? See what else. What the hell is that? Sorry, it sounded like there was an ice cream truck driving over me. It's going to be a fun one to watch, too. Hunting rifle, maybe. It depends on how you have the AR set up. I would go deer hunting with this, personally, but I'm weird, so don't go by me. Lots of people get all bent around the axle when you take a fighting gun hunting, but there is no more truer hunting gun than the gun made to hunt the most dangerous game. At least in my opinion. Track record, AR-15s have an excellent track record. Oh, by the way, that was the end of philosophy. Hope you liked it. Track record wise, AR-15s are awesome. Short of the experiences in Vietnam, these are known as some of the most reliable weapons on the planet. Personally, I think the AR and the AK are equally reliable. I know I'm going to get hate for that comment, but fact of the matter is, the first AR-15 I ever owned, I bought when I was 16, and I didn't clean it for the first 4 years I owned it. And I put lots and lots of rounds through it. And by not clean it, I mean I didn't do shit to it. I threw it in a bag and threw it in a closet. That's all I did to it for 4 years. I ended up selling that gun off, mainly because it served its purpose in that I wanted to see how long I could use that gun without any maintenance or lubrication before it failed. And I gave up after 4.5-ish years. 4 years. I think I cleaned it once at 4 years, and then at 4.5 years I was just like, okay, let's start over with a whole new rifle, because that one was kind of, I don't know, it had wear marks from not being lubricated, and I wanted a fresh rifle. It would go on for bajillions more rounds, but anyway, just in my opinion, ARs, AKs, about equal. You know, if you put them in mud and shit, I don't know. Don't really care, to be honest with you. Because all of the tests that you see where they put mud and sand inside the receiver and then try to shoot the gun, that's sort of like those tests where they take a knife and hammer it through concrete. What's the point? It doesn't show you anything about what the knife can do. I mean, just because you made one survive, good for you. But that's, you know, above and beyond what any gun should be expected to do, in my opinion. In realistic terms, the AR is just as reliable as the AK. Although I will say that if you're shooting in a vat filled with Twinkies, the AK is more reliable. I know that for a fact. If you don't believe me, go look up, was it Twinkie torture test of the AR and the AK? Basically, they open the chamber, stuff a Twinkie in the gun, and then rack a round in, and then see if it shoots. It's insane. Caliber 223 300 blackout 6.5 Grendel 6.8 SPC 50 Beowulf and many more. 30 Remington. I know there's some guns in that now. There's a shitload of chambering offerings for this gun, but let's face it, if you're buying this gun, you're probably buying it in 223. Let me get you guys some different views. Considering I've been talking a while. You're probably getting it in 223 5.56. That would be my preferred chambering. Cheap to shoot, relatively speaking. It's cheaper than any of the other shit I mentioned. It hits pretty hard. He found a squeak toy. Man, that's annoying. Anyway, it hits pretty hard, moves pretty fast, has pretty good range on it, and it's pretty accurate out to a pretty good range. In general, I like 5.56 rifles. Magazines, the AR15 magazines, particularly the P-Mag. You're looking at a Troy magazine, but I have a P-Mag over here. Is the standard in the industry as far as magazines go. It's perfect. I hate to say it, but it is. At least the P-Mag. The Gen 3 P-Mag is pretty much flawless. The dog's playing again. Apparently I'm boring him. So magazine wise, not only are these like some of the best magazines you can get, but they're also some of the cheapest. I apologize for the noise. Oh. Anyway, accuracy. These guns, AR-15s in general, but the Spikes guns are very accurate. At least in my experience. This one we never really got sighted in, mainly because we were just goofing around at the range, but I've shot 3 other Spikes uppers in the past. That's what we're talking about when we talk about accuracy. And it was extremely good. The trigger in this particular gun is just a mil-spec GI trigger, so nothing too fancy there, but honestly, the GI AR-15 trigger is better than 99% of the triggers on the planet. If you're using that trigger and bitching, I think you don't have good shooting fundamentals. I'm just going to say that right now. You can hit what you're shooting at with that. Now, you may not be able to do it as fast as somebody with a 2-pound match trigger, that's true. But you can hit what you're shooting at with one of those. Size and weight. This gun is set up pretty lightweight. The AR-15s are kind of like Legos in the fact that you can stick whatever you want on them. That gun, without the aim point, probably weighs about 7-ish pounds. This gun, with all the crap on it, is probably 12 pounds. That's just guessing. Sorry, you blurred out there for a second. This camera does not like new items being placed in front of it. Put that back. So, it runs the gambit as far as weight goes. Size, pretty much you're limited to, a 26-inch long, 16-inch barreled carbine by the laws of the United States. You can get shorter than that, but it's illegal. And you can go out to a 20-inch, M16A2 looking gun that is a lot bigger. So, because of their modular nature, size and weight are kind of fluid on these guns. Ergonomics, AR-15s have some of the best ergonomics on the planet, in my opinion. They are far superior to AKs in this regard, in my opinion. Everything about the way it's set up is pretty much perfect for a right-handed shooter. AKs are fine too, but it's not comparable. Materials used, pretty much all steel and aluminum for the most part. Yeah, plastic. Was it 70, 75, and 60, 160 No, that's not right. 66-1 aluminum. Those are the two main aluminums used. The barrels are usually made out of chrome molybdenum steel, which is pretty good. Variations. Man, Spike's rifles come in every variation on the fucking planet. You can build them any way you want. You can buy them any way you want. They don't sell that many built guns, I don't think. I see a lot of guns that have been put together with Spike's parts, but I see very few factory-built Spikes. And personally, I think they do this to get out cheaper guns. You know, if you can put together a lower receiver, you can get a cheaper gun. I kind of like that personally. Accessories. Yet again, the AR15. It's the bomb diggity when it comes to fucking accessories. You can get anything you want. If you want a fucking cappuccino maker hanging on the side of your gun, I guarantee you there is someone willing to sell you one. That's just the nature of the beast in the AR-15s. I mean, look at this. This is a flashlight and a vertical grip combined. Okay, you have red dot sights, you have scopes, you have two different kinds of iron sights on these guns, two different kinds of stocks on these guns, two completely different types of handguards on these guns. You can do anything you want accessories wise. Compatibility with your systems. There's lots of guns that use the AR mags. If it's in 223, chances are pretty good it's going to use an AR mag. I'd say probably 60-40 these days, and it should be getting better all the time because companies are finally starting to catch on to the fact that their gun taking these mags is a selling point because they're plentiful and cheap. Except for when people go nuts, then they jump up to like $100. Fucking assholes. Value. This is where the Spikes really shines. The bottom one you're looking at there is probably right at $1,500, counting a couple of extras in the aim point. Without, you know, the muzzle brake I got on there, and without the fancy rear sight, and without the aim point, you're probably talking about a $1,000 gun. That's pretty sweet. You know, for $1,000, yeah. If you wanted to build it without all the Magpul shit on it, let's see, 55, 17, so that's, let's call that $70. Bad lever, make that 120, 150 bucks, minus out the price, so probably around $850. You could get one of these built. This upper is about $600 and the lower about $200 probably. So yeah, it's about right. About $800. My math isn't entirely right, but the upper is $599 and you can build a lower for $200. $800 rifle. Of course, you're gonna have to buy a sight and blah 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 blah. Anyway, tremendous value, especially when you compare it to its competition up there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not, but now I'm redocking the spaceship for you. Its competition up there, it built AR-15 with a lot of cool shit on it. You know, that gun stock was $1,500. It did have a rail and a cool ass Troy stock and all that other shit, but you know, just, you know, what do you want to do? If you want a basic AR, which this will get you, unless you're wanting to run a scope like that L-can I got up on that Troy, it's perfect. You know, for a red dot sight like I got on there, fuck yeah, it'll do the job, and it's cheap. I mean, $800 for a mil-spec rifle, basically. Can't argue with that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to thumbs up the video and support Spikes. They're a really awesome company. They are shooters and they put out products for shooters, and I've never seen anything they made that was low quality. I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching.